This is a Rogue Media Network podcast.
But
Yeah.
just it depends on. Usually, it's like we're. I've been told, okay, we're gonna talk about this, so we kind of stick to something.
I mean,
but I've seen your shows, and you like. You just...
I'm not gonna be slutty with you though. I'm not, because I'm growing. I'm growing as an individual. I want to be more mature. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna tell you, there's no restrictions for what you want to ask me.
Reciprocating. Okay, good.
Okay.
Same for you too. I want you to just be yourself. Like, just let loose and be comfortable is what I want you to be, no matter what. So.
Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's me, Andrew G, and welcome to another exciting episode of The Public Affair. I'm so excited to be finally jumping into this episode of the show because I've only been trying to get this guest on the show since probably like last year, the year before. And not like a lot of other people who are just really shy to come on the podcast. He's just booked and busy. He owns like 100 businesses. He's booked and busy. And I said, you know what? When you're ready, he finally messaged me, start the new year off. We're going to do the podcast of the day. And here we are. Now, before we continue, I definitely want to use this opportunity to thank you guys so much for all the love and support. And of course, to Josh, who is here recording this episode of the show. Thank you, Josh, for staying at this hour. It's not that late, but still, for recording this episode of The Public Affair. And before we continue, I definitely want to encourage you guys to like, share, and subscribe. And I'm going to give a shout out to just a few of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. This episode is brought to us by David Santabanez with Linear Real Estate. My boy David is the #1 sales agent in his office. That's right. He's going to help you buy a home or sell your property. If you guys don't know how to buy a house, you don't know where to start, just hit up my boy David Santabanez. He's going to help you everything from start to finish. Se habla español también. He's truly the go at Alinea, and he's not going nowhere. And that's right, my boy David. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to my girl Anika Armstrong with Armstrong's Bayou Cafe and Bayou Po' Boy, serving the most authentic Cajun cuisine with a wide selection of signature crab cakes, pasta, seafood, and more. Listen, you guys be asking me, like, what's your favorite thing to get at Armstrong's Bayou Cafe? Any pasta. Any pasta that she has, I'm in it. I'm rolling around in it. I love it so much. And it's mad cold outside right now, and the etouffee is perfect for that. You guys got to go check her out. Union Hall, Union Grove, Armstrong's Bayou Cafe. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Manny Guerrero at Blue Star RV Services, a mobile RV tech who can fix all RVs, travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and of course, if you have a food truck, the food truck breaks down, him and his team will come out there and fix it for you as well. And if it's under warranty, he'll deal with them. So that way you're kind of saving some money. You know what I mean? Listen, he's the GOAT. Him and his team are truly phenomenal. Follow on Facebook, call the number on the screen. Save that number as well. Blue Star RV Services, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Jesse and Tanya Sotomayor with Lucas Pizzeria. My friend Honorio just went there yesterday. He sent me a picture of the pizza. I was so jealous. He didn't even ask me if I wanted none because the pizza is just top notch. It's grade A. It's giving, and they have the best New York style pizza amongst burgers, Philly cheesesteaks, and so much more. It's a perfect restaurant for if you and the family, like everybody wants something different, you guys go check them out. Lucas Pizzeria, so good. 3125 Bellmead Drive. Of course, to my boy Jeff Davis, the Texas car plug at University Mazda Kia. Hit him to get the best deal on a brand new or pre-owned car. That's right. No credit, bad credit, whatever the case is, he makes all the efforts to make sure that you're rolling off the lot in a brand new or pre-owned vehicle. He's truly the best at what he does, and he's not going to stop until you get the best deal. My boy Jeff Davis, the Texas Car Plug, University Mazda Kia, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. I truly appreciate it. I got hot doing that, Victor.
Man,
I gotta roll the sleeves up. I told him to turn the heater off.
You got that energy.
I try. I try. I have to.
Are you sure that's not an energy drink? There?
No. So this is a White Claw. And then I asked Victor, does he want a White Claw? And he says he don't drink these bitch drinks. So he didn't say that. He didn't say that. You guys, listen. My next guest. So some of you, he needs no introduction, but to everybody who's watching this episode of the show, he's actually one of the nicest guys that I've ever met in the years of doing the podcast, being involved in the soccer community, and with my circle of friends. He is the owner of Waco Landscapes and Brazos Cleaning Services. So if you guys need some cleaning done, make sure you hit him up. But we're going to get more into that in just a little bit. I'm going to ask him if he makes origami with the toilet paper. And if he does, I'm going to hire him for my house. And of course, today is his birthday as well. So not only do I want to wish a very happy birthday to my next guest, but I also want to welcome him on the podcast. My very good friend, Mr. Victor Duarte, is on the podcast. How you doing?
Thanks. Good. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming.
It's I'm glad to finally be here. Like I was saying.
Yeah, I don't think you were. I don't think you were dodging me on purpose. You're busy all the time.
Just busy. Yeah.
You're 24/7. How do you manage?
I don't know. I don't even know.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy too? You're not any older than me, but the way you carry yourself.
We're like in our 20s, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. But you know what's crazy? I'm going to confess to you right now, and not because you by no means look any older than what you are, because you look phenomenal for your age, but I always thought you were older than us because of how you carry yourself. I only knew you like on the soccer field. You know what I mean? Right. But I never seen you put anybody in a headlock. Now, was I just not there?
You weren't there.
Well, bro, it gets crazy. I want to talk a little bit about that, but today's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Thanks.
What does Victor do for his birthday?
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get my age, I guess the birthdays turn a little different.
They do, right?
Yeah. They're probably not as exciting. Probably.
Do you just want to go home?
Probably after work, Friday, and then you get home and then you just want to go out again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, so you guys aren't going to go partying. There's no parties to go after this. Maybe a surprise party.
So I'm thinking about getting together with some friends this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, maybe if it's cold outside, once I get out of here, I text them, see if they're gonna want to hang out. They're probably gonna say, "Oh, it's too cold. We don't want to go out." So,
I just don't want you getting too drunk and then you're gonna end up on the mugshots page, please, because then we have to go pick you up, and that's not good promotion for the episode. Okay,
I'll just call you to come pick me up.
You can just call me to pick you up. That's fine. Yeah, but I'm taking you straight to the house, Victor. Stop this. No, I have to say, we met on the soccer field.
Yep.
You asked me. I guess when I got affiliated with Soccer Academy, and then I was watching you guys at Star Soccer Center.
Star, yeah.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. I never seen you punch nobody in the face. I was just like, whose tattoos over there?
Yeah.
But
I don't think I've ever gotten into any argument out there at that place.
Do you find yourself to be confrontational as a business owner and on the soccer field?
I want to say, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the kind of person that I won't ever try to start any drama.
Right.
I'm like, you start something with me, then you gotta.
But who would start something with you? Because every time the smile you got right now, that's the only image I ever have of you in my head.
Good. That's the image I want people and customers to have.
Even customers of Victor's. Let me tell you guys something right now. Even like we didn't really know each other, right? Like, and you would come up to me, shake my hand, like we were best friends our whole lives, with that smile. And I'm like, oh, that guy is infectious. Not that you have a disease, you don't have an STD. I'm just saying, like, like your personality is infectious, is what I'm saying. Yeah,
I think just being a business owner, you learn to develop a way of how you carry yourself towards people.
I like that.
Like be social and be friendly. Mm-hmm. I wasn't always like that. Like, where I grew up, I as you know, I'm from New York.
What's up?
But I did go to school in Michigan.
Oh, okay, got you.
So in the kind of environment that I grew up in, it was like
a little rough.
It was rough.
It was rough, yeah.
So I wasn't always the guy with the smile.
Yeah. Yeah.
Till I became like a business owner. It's like when I had to change the way that I was.
Exactly, bro.
And so, but you still have that person inside of you,
Oh, yeah. Well, see, I want to talk to you about that too, because everybody is jumping on the business owner train these days. No, they are. Everybody do your thing. But some people don't have the business etiquette. You know what I mean? And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But I can recall sometimes during soccer, I think, the 30 and over league, you guys played in Temple. I think, yes, I saw you over there one time. But, what are your thoughts on the soccer sport today? I don't want to harp on it too much, but, some people just don't know how to act on the field. You know what I mean?
I agree.
What are your thoughts on today's soccer?
I mean, it's just, I think it's just a sport that it's a physical sport. It's a sport that, teaches you to control your anger issues yourself. Right. Like it even brings personalities out of yourself that you didn't even know existed.
Okay, got you. Now you mentioned off camera that some of your closest friends today are people that you put in headlocks on the soccer field. How did that happen?
I have gotten into some pretty heavy arguments. Slash probably fighting.
Okay.
With some people that now, months later after a situation like that happened, we're good friends.
Sure.
And I think it's just because at that moment, like you probably have the adrenaline and you're just mad and just playing. Like I say, it brings out something out of you that you just react at the moment.
Okay, got you.
But it's never personal.
Sure.
Like I've met people before that I got into arguments with, like almost about to fight. Some of them were about that we actually fought.
Yeah.
But I mean, then when you get out of the field, it's like, well, was that me?
Yeah,
I can't believe that was me.
Right.
I'm guilty of it because I've been in those shoes before. Now I'm not. You're never gonna see me in the field trying to start any drama.
Okay, gotcha.
That's not me.
Yeah.
It's just that when you have those people that are crazy and want to like walk up to you and start screaming, I have a hard time taking people coming to my face and screaming.
He doesn't want nobody coming up to that moisturized face. Okay, he looks like he takes forever to do that hair. Then y'all nasty breath. Okay, crooked teeth ass mouth coming up to Victor, screaming in his face.
And then I react basically. I just react to that. But I mean, I had the opportunity to talk to them.
Yeah, bro.
Outside of a game or outside of that situation, and I'm always like, hey. It's never personal.
It's not, okay.
The minute that I'm not gonna walk away from the field and see you out there and gonna try to jump you or something, or we're gonna remember
that's
that.
when it gets excessive.
Right. That's when it gets excessive.
Like, go home and relax.
Right.
You know what I mean? Go make your tacos, drink your beer, call it a day.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
And I think that's just part of the sports. Because, I mean, you see famous people doing the exact same thing.
Oh, true.
And then they get punished by fines and all of that. And so you even see it in kids.
Right.
You see those little kids trying to push each other or fight each other.
Bro, even the kids' games make me nervous. I went, my very best friend is Coach Mauro Maldonado, it's the soccer team. And y'all know each other. And I went
Great guy.
Yeah, he's so great, isn't he?
Yep.
Love him. And I went to the kids' game, and I still be getting anxiety. And I call, even the parents, bro, like even the adults. They get. Yeah. And there was an instance where even I was getting like that, and I'm like, I'm the public affair. I better relax because Miss Piggy cannot. You know what I mean? Like I can't do it. You know what I mean?
My kids play, and I'm the kind of parent that sits there. And I'm watching, and I'm like, why are these people screaming? I'm not the kind of parent that will sit there and start screaming in the field or to the players or to the kids or to the umpires because my daughter plays softball or to the refs.
Right.
Like I won't do that.
Right.
And so I hear these parents screaming at them like that. And I'm like, oh, this is embarrassing. Then the minute they start to scream at me,
then it's on.
Then it's
up.
Then I'm one of them screaming too.
You know what? And I'm not going to cap. And I always wondered, like, okay, like the parents yelling at the refs and stuff like that. Like, why is it like that? You know what I mean? Like everybody's getting so aggressive. There was only one instance I saw some time back where I was like I saw the refs, and I don't have kids that are playing, and I'm just a bystander here with the camera, right? and even I was like, okay, now y'all are making this obvious. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking about the refs. Like, y'all are doing the most. Everybody needs to take a step back, and you know, it's just such a high intense sport. Can you think of a situation, Victor, or a funny story that you could tell us about that maybe things just got like way out of hand, and now that you look at it, you're like, it wasn't even that deep?
Like as far as the sport?
Yeah.
Like if I got into a fight, something like that, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So there's I remember, Riverbend, right?
Yes. Yes. I don't think I've been to Riverbend though.
But you know the league.
I know the league, yes.
One time, of course, I was the older you get, the more mature you get, and then it becomes funny, right? But like you were telling me years back.
Sure, yeah.
It was like I didn't think, but I remember there was one time where we were playing. And I think it was a playoff game or something like that. And something I can't even remember what happened on the field.
Uh-huh.
And we got in each other's face with someone, and then next thing you know, we're throwing punches, and I think I got suspended for a whole year.
Oh wow! I wouldn't even want to play after that.
A whole year. And you know Hazel, right? So
yes,
Hazel was so mad at me.
Was he?
He was mad at me.
Yes,
because I mean, we lost the game because of that.
Right.
And then we got suspended. So I got suspended.
I can't picture Hazel mad though. That's good. Y'all know Hazel from the podcast. Yes, he was on the show. One of my favorite episodes, by the way.
He was mad at me because of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, we left, and he was like, I can't believe I just got suspended for a whole year.
You must have really annihilated somebody to be suspended for a whole year, Victor.
Well, the thing is, in my opinion, it was not my fault.
Uh-huh.
But in the refs' opinion was, well, the minute that you responded to an aggression, you're being part of it. So I'm like,
They
I
always-
was just defending myself.
They always go for the pretty ones first, though. They do. They always go for the pretty ones first. Yes, they want to ruin your life somehow or another, Victor. That's all it is.
So I mean, now that's made it to where
Sure.
every time you come across people that are trying to start problems in the field that are just not having fun in there, I'm like, okay, I'm not getting suspended for a whole year.
not for.
I'll walk away and let you think whatever you want. Like I'm scared, I'm whatever. I'll walk away.
I'll be a pussy and a homo,
Whatever you want to call me. Whatever you want to call me.
But a year, that's a long time.
That's a long time.
Especially if you love doing that. It keeps you nice and
Absolutely.
active.
It's like a passion.
Sure.
You know, it's
Sure.
my favorite sport.
Yeah.
So I'm not the best, but I mean, that's what I love doing.
Listen, I love going to. Well, no, I don't. I'm not gonna even lie and say here. I say love watching the games because I don't. But I love that for you guys. All of my friends play soccer. It's just not for me.
I can't believe that. I can't believe that you say that because I see you out there a lot.
For y'all, like I'm not,
to support.
It's for my friends. I'm supporting them. You know what I mean? Like, and I would hope if I'm doing something that I'm passionate about, they're gonna come watch me too. But I do get anxiety. I told my friends, I was like, yo, this is too much for me. Y'all fighting. I don't fight, Victor. I'm not a fighter. I've never had a fist fight. You know what I mean? Like I'll talk shit all day, but I am not a fighter by no means. And it just makes me nervous. That type of environment makes me nervous. But I love that for my friends. Good for y'all. And for some reason or another, since I started the podcast, Doctor has been a huge part of maybe because I sponsor the teams too. Like I don't know, you know what I mean? Just kind of show face. Like, hey, okay, I'm leaving. So, but you know what, Victor, man, thank you for sharing some of that. And you know, like I said, kudos to you and everything that you accomplished. I can't wait to just dive into it. You're from New York. I had no idea that you were from New York.
Yep.
I had no idea that you were from New York until I was doing my homework on you. What part?
Manhattan.
Oh, you're from Manhattan. Okay. So when did you move here?
So I moved here like back in 2009.
Oh, okay.
That's when I moved here.
When I graduated high school, yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, I just wanted to try something different.
I was gonna say
Of
Texas.
course,
Yeah.
I basically was most of my childhood I spent in Michigan.
Michigan, yeah.
So, you know, it's a snowy place. It's always snowing up there. And so there's really nothing to do.
Okay.
I couldn't really play sports up north. Right. So it was like
soccer's not lit like that.
No,
it's not.
They have a lot of indoor,
right?
But it's not like going a lot. Like it's not a big thing out there.
Right, it's not. No.
Yeah. So I wanted to try something different, something new. And
bro.
Texas was probably the last place that I expected to visit and to live.
Yeah.
But now when I go to other places, I want to come back to Texas.
Don't you love it here, though? And you guys, I'm from New York, too. I'm from Long Island. And I love it here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't tell people that I'm from New York. People
I would have never guessed.
I'm from Texas.
I know. Even when I go back to Long Island to visit, like if it's somebody I don't know, like, oh, I'm here from Texas. Not that I grew up in Brentwood. You know what I mean? Like, I'm from Texas, you know? But was it culture shock for you, though? Because I know around that time, I moved here in 2005. So I know that there was some culture shock for you.
Yeah.
Or were you embracing of it?
No, I think I was probably embracing of it, really. What do you think about?
When I moved
about
here,
that?
I hated it so much.
Did you really?
But you know, from Long Island, and we have the beach everywhere. So when it's summertime, you can go to the beach. We had a lot of things to do, for that matter. You know what I mean? My whole family was out there, friends that we grew up with our entire life. But I moved to Lorena, Victor.
Oh
yeah. So imagine that. Excuse me. We did New York and then Hialeah, Miami-Dade.
Yeah.
6 months there, then here.
And Lorena.
And I was like, yo.
Well, at that point, it was like a house here, another house like a mile away.
Crazy. Do you think that, you know, because like it's expensive to live up there too and everything, big city life and everything like that. Do you think that you would have been forwarded the same opportunity living in New York or Michigan than you did down here?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I think that's why I chose to, you know, go somewhere else. My original option was go to California. I have a lot of people and family in California, and I lived there for like 6 months with my family members out there. I like that. I like that place.
Yeah.
It was just that whenever I spoke to my family members, like my tios and my cousins, they were like, "No, it's kind of hard to do something here young. There's too many people competing," and so I didn't even want to even give it a try.
Okay,
like,
gotcha.
there's people that are close in their mind that they don't want to start anything because they always see the negative side about things. So they could have been in that thing, but they were fitting me with that, and I wasn't there. So I was like, okay, I'm not even gonna try that.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably why I love Texas so much, because of the opportunities that it has given me.
Sure, yeah.
You know, to do something with my life.
I'll share that with you. I don't think that I'd be Andrew G if I was in New York still.
Really?
I think that if we would have stayed in New York, I don't think I would have been Andrew G. I really don't think I would have been.
You have family members
I do.
here?
Yeah, I mean, my parents and stuff live over here, but much like you, we were growing up and it was rough too. You know what I mean? And so we were all just going down the path of like, we're all finna be some bum ass. Yeah, you know what I mean? But like, even when I think about it now in retrospect, because of the circumstances of our life growing up, I think that we were just so influenced versus when you move down here, you don't know no fucking buddy. So you got to get it together. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you just kind of
that's kind of
survival mode.
That's kind of how I was, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to school over there. Then I dropped out of school at a really early age.
Oh, really? Like high school?
9th grade, probably.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, because, you know, growing up in a dysfunctional family, I grew up without a dad. So it was just my mom raising kids.
Sure.
And so in your mind, you're thinking, I need to start working to help mom because she's struggling. She had to raise 6 kids total.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So, you know, it was a little tough for me to see mom do that. So
yeah, bro.
In my mind, I was thinking, you know, I need to quit school and help her pay bills, right?
Was she receptive of that, or
she didn't really
it wasn't
like it. She didn't really like the fact that I was gonna do that. But I mean, she probably understood where I was coming from.
Okay.
But now that you grow up and you have your own kids, you're like, I bet my mom would have probably been more proud if I would have finished.
If it was just finished, yeah.
Yeah. So
are you the oldest?
No, I'm like the middle.
Oh, okay. You're
child.
just more responsible.
There you go.
There you go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, but no, you drop out of the high school.
So, whenever that happened, you know, I was like stuck in part of my life where like, why did I do this? My dream was always to become a Marine. That was like my dream.
I could see that.
And so, I remember that till today, you know, like if there's movies that I love to watch, is military movies.
Like military movies?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I remember I tried to join, and at that time, you know, I don't even know if they're still require high school diploma right now, but I knew at that time it was required.
You had to have it. Okay.
Yeah. So I remember the reason why I didn't want to do it was because I was like, well, I already lost too many years of my life. I'm not going back to school to start over.
Okay.
And so I had to let that one go.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to be stuck in like working in a job that I didn't like.
Sure, yeah. But what were you doing to help make ends meet? And that, like, what kind of jobs were you having to work, especially with no high school education?
Just factory jobs, outdoor, you know, jobs.
Just anybody that would pay you.
Anybody, just any. I feel like as a worker, I give the best out of myself as a worker to try to learn. Like everywhere I went, I would try to learn. And that always got me for people like the bosses to put me at good positions.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But I was a very immature kid that all I care about was, you know, getting my check and then going to party.
Yeah.
You know.
So in retrospect, you're not really helping out around the house.
Right.
You're spending your... So,
no, I was responsible financially. Like I would always give my mom money. You know, like part of my check.
Like here's $300.
Right.
But then I got some girls in the Mercedes.
I was single, so I didn't really have to, you know, have any responsibilities or at that point I was either living with my brother or with mom when I was younger. And so I didn't really have to pay like bills all on my own, right? So that's why I would always help my mom on that. I was very responsible as far as that, but I always party out there to where I didn't care about too much about wanting to grow in the company. I was given many opportunities at different companies, but I never cared. But as I got older, it's whenever I started thinking, okay, what do I want to do with my life?
Sure.
I need to. I'm getting older, and so
something's got to give here, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But and you know, I've always wanted to run my own business.
Okay.
That's like something that I always wanted.
Right.
And so I've worked at places that with people that were super nice to me, and so I'm a very, as far as working for someone, I like to establish a relationship with people.
Oh yeah.
And so, like, I had a really good relationship with one of the last bosses that I had, because the last one was a big
it was a
deal.
hot mess.
It was a big deal.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was loyal to him for so many years because,
well, that's just who you are.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like that's who I am.
Yeah, for sure.
You treat me right, and you actually show loyalty as far as who on your end, and you're gonna get the exact same thing from me.
He's never punched me in the face and told me to stop messaging him. So if that explains who he is, you guys, that's it. Did you ever think about going back to school or getting your GED at the very least?
I did, because when I moved here, I looked. I didn't even know we had Fort Hood so close.
Oh yeah.
U.S. Army was probably the last option that I was going to try to join. And so when I found out that we had it so close, I tried to join again. And they told me that, I had to at least have some kind of GED to get me going. And that's when I thought about, going back. I had a kid at that point. So it was like, do I go back to school or do I just start working? So I chose to just work.
Okay. So to this day, now, I mean, the kids are just a little bit older, right?
No,
so
they're older, yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that you go get your GED at this point? Or do you think at this point it's just like irrelevant?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think once you become a business owner,
right,
and it's working for you, then I don't really think that you need to have school.
I agree. I agree with that. A lot of people get so crazy. Like, I mean, I finished high school, but I didn't go to not one, like a college.
Right.
And, if the business owner thing doesn't work out for you, Victor, I'm not being gay with you, but you can go be on any magazine cover that you want to be on. You know who I say about that too? Udi? I say the same thing about Udi. I do. And I'm not being gay with Udi either, but everybody looks at me crazy when I say that, but you got y'all's facial structures and the smiles, you guys. I'm telling you, they can be on fucking page 6 if they wanted to, okay? When you're walking down Las Vegas Boulevard and then it's like the pictures on the mall, dude, that's what you guys can do. I'm telling you.
I'll consider that too.
Yeah, you can. You know what I mean? And that's good for you. you got looks.
Good to know that.
And smarts. Okay? No, I don't know how smart Udi is. That's no diss to Udi. I love him. I'm just saying I never talked to him in that aspect, but he's got the smile too in his face. Like, I'm just saying, you guys got that for you. You know what I mean? Listen.
Well,
Victor, I do want you're welcome. I want to talk about all your businesses. I want to talk about you juggling as a business owner. We mentioned earlier about how everybody wants to be a business owner, but everybody doesn't really have it in them. And just so much more I want to get into with you, but because I think you're going to give us some straight answers. But before we continue, I definitely want to use this opportunity to take a quick break, and we get back around more of my very special guest, Mr. Victor Duarte, on the Public Affairs. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this exciting episode of The Public Affair. My very special guest, Mr. Victor Duarte. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying this exciting episode of The Public Affair. My very special guest, Mr. Victor Duarte, is in the building. Now, before we continue with this exciting episode of The Public Affair, I definitely want to use this opportunity to give a shout out to just a few more of our sponsors of this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the Julian and Ana Banda with Banda's hauling service. That's right. You rent dump trailers, you fill it up, they haul it away, they do junk removals, they do tree brush removals, they haul cars in and out of town. And if you guys are having huge events, if you're a corporation and you need big dumpsters, they do roll-off dumpster services as well. Basically, Banda's hauling service is that number that you guys need to save on your phone and call to pull you out of a sticky situation, all the way pun intended, because he's truly the GOAT and he's 100% reliable to Banda's hauling service. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Oh my goodness, of course, the Chefito's Kitchen with Al Gutierrez and Adriana Gutierrez. Listen, I am Boricua through and through. They're serving up some of the best arroz con gandules. Oh my goodness, I had some adobo grilled chicken the other day. I had some plátano maduro as well. Oh my goodness, you guys, the Cuban sandwiches. Oh, my mouth is watering. It's giving dinner. And it's cold outside, so they're making taco soup too. Listen, if you guys want a different Latin cuisine, it's food that I grew up in. It's going to be different for you guys, but I want you guys to give it a chance. And if you guys need some catering services as well, Chefito's Kitchen has got you. Al Gutierrez, Adriana Gutierrez, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the Silco Soccer Academy with Dominic Gutierrez and Ariana Gutierrez. Listen, they offer team, small group, and individual skills training. They also have elite skills training to make your kids superb star athletes. You guys, they have some of the best childcare services in town. Make sure you guys get your kids involved in something beneficial for their activity, for their mental health, keep them involved in something positive. Soko Soccer Academy is definitely that business. I want to give a huge shout out to the Soko Soccer teams as well. My bro, Coach Morrow, Coach Megan, Coach Jeff, every parent, child, and coach associated with Soko Soccer Academy. You guys have the public affairs support through the Soko Soccer Academy. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, the Strike a Pose Photography, my girl, Myra Rosales, a digital photo booth business, perfect for parties, private events, corporate events, and so much more. Listen, you guys, she also is doing Valentine's minis as well. So if you guys are looking for those Valentine pictures, my girl Myra Rosales is going to hook you guys up. She's got the newly converted garage that is a photo studio now as well. She's truly the GOAT. She's going to offer you the best prices. Follow her social media page at Strike a Pose Photography. Myra Rosales, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. All right, guys, I've got more of my very special guest, Mr. Victor. Victor, I swear to God, when I do my ads, it's just like 1, 2, 3. I don't know why you have me stumbling on my words today, Victor. It's you know what it is? Because your birthday.
That's probably what it is.
And I told him I don't want to drink the second White Claw. And he goes, but like, why?
Why not?
He said, why not? You know what I mean? Victor, first of all, before we continue, I do want to wish you a happy birthday yet again. I know that you're every bit of 21 years old.
Thanks. Yep.
And I'm so happy that you did not get into hard drugs. And well, I mean, for a long time at the very least. Okay. And other inappropriate activities, because you look very, very good for your age. I will say that. I always thought you were a lot older than me. And
thanks.
I'm not going to throw your age out there, bro, but I hope that when I'm your age, I look that way too. Now, my very best friend, we mentioned him on the show earlier, is Mauro Maldonado, and he can't wait to call out my bald spot every single time. It's on camera and it's showing, and I feel older. And I'm getting Botox, by the way.
Oh, you are?
Mm-hmm. I got Botox on the show once.
Really?
Yeah, because I swear to God, I did. I'm going to send you the clip.
Yeah.
But I want to look like Joan Rivers in my 70s. You know Joan Rivers, the comedian?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to look like this when I'm in my 70s. I want to be like I want to go to the soccer games when we're in our like fucking 50s and shit. You know, there's a 30 and over league, but hopefully I hope we're all playing soccer still in our 50s. And I want to be out there and I want you guys to be, oh, there goes Andrew. He's here to visit. And I just want to be like this. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like all leathery and shit. I just want to be like this. Like, okay.
Nice and shiny, huh?
I want to be shiny. I want to be like, yeah, I want to be like that, you know? And I want to be rich and famous and have my poodle and shit. All right. Now you're the owner, Victor, you're the owner of Waco Landscapes and Brazos Cleaning Services.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So not only are you landscaping, but you're cleaning our dirty houses as well. Okay. Yep. And, you know, I have some business questions for you. Okay. And I want you to be honest because, you know, you're an honest guy. You're genuine. You know what I mean?
I try to be.
Yeah, no, I think you are, you know? There's running a business and everybody wants to run a business, right? And everybody doesn't really have like the business etiquette. It's not fair to say that you have to go to college and, you know, school and everything to learn business etiquette because in your case, you just kind of learned it in the field, right?
Right.
Let's talk about, and I was talking to one of, I'm not going to name him because I don't know if he wants that business out there like that, but somebody I'm friends with. And we were talking about having friends work for them. Okay. And this particular person said, I don't have friends or family work for me, nor do I do work for them because it's always a conflict of interest to what I actually like agree with to a certain extent.
Right.
And I wonder what your take on that is.
I agree. I agree to a certain extent. I do have family members working with me.
Okay.
For me.
Yeah.
Like they're not running the company, like we don't own the company together, but I do have family members working with me.
Sure.
I do see how that could become a conflict just because to a certain extent it really depends on how you grew up, you know, and what kind of family members you have around you.
Right.
So I don't have any like cousins or uncles or anything like that working with me.
Okay.
It's siblings or it's just mainly my siblings that work with me.
Sure.
So me and my siblings, we have a very close relationship. So they support me like 100%.
That's so good. Yeah.
And so I think having family siblings or even your parents, if your parents can help you, you know, like you have some parents that help with accounting sometimes. They have that knowledge, stuff like that. I have a friend that he's actually my friend, but he's really my mentor. His name is Joe Maxwell. His mom helps him out with the accounting, and because she was accounting for so many years.
Sure.
And I've never met someone that does as good as a job as she does with the accounting.
Okay, gotcha.
As far as keeping up the books for him, she literally probably wakes up every day and goes to her computer and watch the numbers for him, right?
Dang.
But that's mom, you know, that's his mom. So for me, it's like having my siblings working with me has been one of the most important things for my business to be able to go.
Yeah.
Because I could be here right now,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that if something comes up and I'm not around,
They're gonna handle it.
they're gonna handle it.
But don't you agree sometimes too that sometimes it be your own family?
That's right.
It does be your own
It's
family.
very hard.
Yeah.
It's very recommended to not have your family work with you.
Right.
Because it just ruins relationships.
Yeah.
Because of work, because of money.
Oh yeah, money's the biggest one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's definitely not recommended for sure.
Right.
So I think on my end, I want to say that I was blessed enough to have those
so
kind of
good.
people around me. But yeah, I hear that a lot, and I see it a lot, and I can see how it would create problems. A lot of my siblings, not that I want to like act like I'm more than them, but they even though I'm like the one in the middle,
yeah,
a lot of my siblings look up to me.
And
they're older
fine.
than me,
and that's fine. Yeah, well, you're so responsible. That's why I said the way you carry yourself. I thought you were older.
That's probably what it is. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the way you carry yourself, bro. Like I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. But yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely. I agree with people that think like that.
Have you ever been in a situation? You don't have to name names. Because I don't want to get beat up, please. I'm already getting beat up and all kinds of other shit in 2025. But have you ever been in a situation where maybe you tried to like extend the olive branch, maybe to a friend or family member, and things just didn't work out, and maybe they were just trying to like kind of do wrong by you? You know what I mean?
No.
And how you handled it?
No, I haven't really gotten there. I probably have been I've been in the shoes of thinking that a family member, a sibling in this case, would be able to handle more responsibilities, but they're not capable of. And so, I had to make a call and say, I can't give you more responsibilities.
Right.
You're not made for it.
Yeah.
And maybe they didn't take it.
But that's the cold hard truth in business, though, right?
That's just how it is.
Like you don't just get the opportunities handed to you because you're family,
right?
Or
but there was matureness on both sides to understand that this is just business. It's not personal,
right?
And it didn't cause any drama. But I can see how it could have, caused drama, and it became a big issue outside of business.
Right.
Yeah, but no, I didn't really. I've never been in that situation.
That's so good. I'm happy for you. Yeah. It's kind of like weight off the shoulders, right? I don't want that to happen to you.
100%.
You know, and so you mentioned, a lot of the people that work with you, is like family and stuff like that. So,
not a lot, but I have
not a lot,
couple.
but you have some, or a couple.
Yeah.
What about finding a team to trust for your business? So you mentioned just a second ago, like, listen, I can be doing this podcast, and if something goes wrong, I can depend on A, B, C, or X, Y, Z to handle it for me. Right. You know what I mean? What did it take for you to build that sound foundation for your businesses?
For me, was before I actually went on my own, I was a GM for several years for a company. So being throughout that time, it helped me get equipped with the right team and understand how it's so important to have the right people working for you, to where I was able to basically delegate.
Oh yeah,
to people, and I think that's where I learned all that. So when I started the business for myself, both of them, it was a little easier to just create a team, knowing what I needed. When you start from scratch,
right?
When I started the cleaning business, that one was rough. For sure.
Was it really?
Yeah, because I had no idea on what it was to run a cleaning business or anything like that. So
I need you to clean my apartment, by the way, please.
I got you.
I'm not sure if my regular person is still available. I think she's booked and busy.
I got you. Just let me know. I got you.
And it won't be conflict of interest. She's super nice. She'll understand. Yeah.
Okay.
You were on the show. Yeah.
And so just learning that part of the industry was a little hard to understand.
Right.
And so just establish because that industry is so tied on financially.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So if you make a mistake, that's it.
That's it, yeah.
And so for me, it was trying to learn how to get that one going. But whenever I was the GM for this other company as a landscaper, landscaping's been like what I've known how to do for
that's your bread years. And butter. Yeah.
Yeah. So I implemented that into the other business, and that helped me run both. So right now, out of my office, I have one person helping me run both of them. You know,
I got you.
So, but I mean, I think it's very important for you to have someone that you trust.
I agree.
You know, with you.
I agree.
So I think if you want, it depends. Like I see a lot of people that are out there working themselves, you know, on the job sites and doing the jobs themselves.
Most definitely.
But then they get behind on like the most important thing, which is the books and the office work.
Can't get behind on that now.
Yeah, that's the most important part of a business. And if you're not able to do that, you got to find yourself someone that's able to do that for you.
Can I tell you, I hate invoicing.
Oh yeah, I hate it too.
I hate it so much.
I hate it too.
I hate invoicing so much, especially now that it's tax season. Shout out to the tax empire. My girl be hooking me up. Shout out to Kaylin. But bro,
that's my tax girl too.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
Don't you love her?
Oh yeah.
You know,
that's what I'm saying. Surround yourself by the best.
Yes. Okay, just real quick, just promo for her real quick. Okay, I was doing my own taxes online. Bro, I'm not gonna say the name of the establishment because I don't want to be sued because I can't be getting sued again. But but I did it with her for the first time ever, like a few years ago, bro, and I got the most of my tax return. And then I was like, but this one time. I shouldn't say why I didn't get a lot this one year because I'll get in trouble. But it was this job that I had that wasn't reporting the taxes, and I didn't get a lot. And I was like, oh well, let me just go try the software again.
Yeah.
And and I went home and I was like, I'm coming back. Like it was crazy. Getting a fucking person has been the best thing. And go check out the Tax Empire. Victor says so too. Okay,
that's right.
But anyway, okay,
right.
Yeah, but no. Okay, so but you have that team that you can trust.
Yeah, I think having that it's very important. And I think that if you're trying to scale your business, you need to have someone that's. There's a lot of people that are afraid to have someone that's better than they are at what they do, like in business. Like they're afraid, oh, I don't want them to be better than me. I want to be the one that knows everything. But I don't think that's the right mindset to have as a business owner.
Okay, I agree.
I think in order for you to be successful, you want to have people that know more than you.
Yeah.
So that you can just let them run your business for you.
That, and then it's about leaving a legacy too, because then if they do become bigger than you, they can say they came up under you.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
And that's kind of like what I was telling you about. I mean, I probably would have never went on my own because I was so loyal to this person that was treat me good, treat me really well, and pour a lot of his knowledge in me. If he wouldn't, he sold the business and he moved to Washington State.
Oh, okay, got you.
And so I probably would have never went on my own if he would have never did that.
If that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. It was almost like a calling for you then.
Right. So that's when I decided to go on my own, and it was like, okay, I'm gonna take advantage of everything they pour into my life.
But don't you hate now that you got two businesses, everybody be asking you for money?
Oh yeah, everybody thinks you have money. Yeah.
Don't you hate that?
Yeah.
Listen, I can't even count on half of a hand how many people I would actually just give. I don't lend money, I just give it to you if I have it, right? But there's only like 2 people in the universe that if they ever needed money, I just give to. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna name who they are because then y'all gonna ask them for money. So, but don't you hate that so much?
Oh yeah.
How many people you got? How many people in the soccer field you got asking you for money? I'm kidding. No, don't answer.
You know, it's mostly employees always thinking, oh, you have money, you have a shop, you have a vehicle, and they're like anything that you have, they're like, oh, you have money because you have this, and I'm like, no, I'm just investing in important stuff, but you know,
they don't see all that though.
They don't see all that, and I understand it because I was once in their shoes.
Sure.
You know.
Well, you think that, right?
Right.
I think, like, even for my sponsors, like, I don't think they're all made out of money. You know what I mean?
Like,
I'm sure they got families, and I always put that first. You know what I mean?
Right.
Can we talk about business etiquette for a little bit? Yeah. You seem like a man that am I getting you drunk? I'm sorry.
No. You're the one that's probably getting drunk.
I'm a lightweight, Victor. Shut up. All right. Let's talk about business etiquette for a minute because I don't care. Everybody wants to be a business owner, right? And you know, somebody like Victor, you guys, and I'm not being cap here, right? Victor is a man. Every single time that I met Victor, let's see, I've been doing the public affair for 5 years. So we've come and crossing of each other in the last 5 years. Okay, whether it be passing, hello, how are you, this and that. You've always had a good head on your shoulders. I've always seen you be very respectful, always had a smile on your face. You shook hands with everybody every time I seen you interact with people. Okay, that's just me. I'm just talking about me. When I see these people that want to be business owners, they lack business etiquette. They're quick to call each other out. They're going on social media and fighting with everybody and this and that. What are your thoughts on things like that?
I think basically being what you just said, it's caring about your reputation is very important,
right,
as a business owner.
Mm-hmm.
That's why probably people that know me that are gonna be hearing this, and to them it's gonna be shocking knowing that Victor's got into fights.
Oh yeah,
but
that's soccer. Like
that's soccer. Yeah.
It's not like he's at the bar.
I'm not out there doing it.
Give context. It's not like he's at 5. Punching people in the face.
But I guess what I'm trying to say is that people are gonna see me and be like, I would have never thought that he has ever gone through that.
Sure.
I think it's very important of how you carry yourself out there in life as a business owner.
I agree.
I don't think you have to have, a college degree or anything like that. Is it important? 100%.
Sure, absolutely. I say the same thing.
But I probably would have. I mean, you see a lot of the most successful business owners are out there, the richest people in the world. Actually, they didn't even finish college. They dropped out of college. That's they did go to college.
Right.
I'm a firm believer that it's very important for you to go to college.
Okay.
But you don't necessarily have to finish college.
Right.
That's how I think.
I think it's good to learn.
Right.
Yeah.
To
get knowledge.
You learn. But if you didn't have that opportunity for whatever reason to go to college, I think, we live in the era to where if you're struggling, it's because you want to.
Exactly.
You just gotta have the right mindset
as
far as
I felt that, bro.
How how you wanna, if you really want it, it's just it's out there just waiting for whoever wants it. And there's people that dream about it and never do anything about it. One of the things that affected me at some point was that I didn't think I had the education and that I was basically etiquette enough to learn to be a business owner.
Okay.
Because I couldn't carry myself as far as communicating with people, the way I talk, approach people, being social.
Yeah.
But I realized that it was just a matter of making the decision,
Right.
I had to come out of my comfort zone and be like, okay, I need to be more social. I need to talk to people, approach people, and just, I like to learn from people that are doing good in life. I never look up to people that are doing, or listen to people that are doing, worse than I am.
Right.
So
But they be the ones with all the opinion. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
They'd be the ones with they'd be trying to tell you what you should do, but it's like you don't got a pot to piss in. Like, relax.
Yeah. So I'm always looking up to people that are doing good in business. So
right.
I think if you're trying to run a business and you're trying to run it, make it a successful business, then I think it's very important for you to have a mentor. A mentor that's doing good in life.
I agree.
And not just a mentor that doesn't know anything about that industry, right? So listen to them and then learn as much as you can, because that's how I started going. I mean, I remember when I first got into the business and I had my first appointment with the customer. I did not know what to say.
Wow.
I was like so nervous, and I wanted to act right. I didn't want them to say, "Oh, this guy he sounds like he just came out of the ghetto."
Yeah, like he's ignorant. Yeah.
And so that's one of the things that you learn as you go.
Right.
But if you have the mentality of I want to get better at this part of the business that I need to get better at, you might be a good worker, you might be a good the best quality installations or whatever you do, right?
Yeah, right.
But then there's got to be something that you're not good at,
right?
And so if you're gonna be the person that's out there talking to people, then you have to educate yourself, to be good at that. Look up to people that are doing good in business. See how they're acting, how they're carrying themselves.
Well, it's about looking up to the right people.
Right. That's right.
Yeah, it's about looking up to the right people.
Right.
That are doing it.
Yep. and that's what helped me.
Yeah.
I say having people that are doing so good in life made me always look up to them.
Right. And it doesn't make you better than anybody, and it doesn't make you look down at anybody.
Right.
But, you know, at the same time,
Right.
like, it's like I said, I joked about it just a second ago. You know, it's always the people that don't have nothing going on that want to have the most opinion about what you should be doing and how you should be doing it.
Right.
And it's like, okay, take a seat. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the adults are talking. Listen, I've done business with people, Victor, as well, where it's the same way. Like, okay, if this is how you're gonna act, like, let's just cut ties.
Right.
And you could disparage me on social media all you want to. But, like, I don't care. Listen, every time I sit down and take a pee, like somebody's mad at me about something. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. You know, that's like, but I think that reputation is such an important aspect in running a successful entrepreneurship and or business.
Right.
You know, even like when I told you I wasn't getting out of character at the soccer game. Okay, I'm Andrew G. Everybody's looking at me.
Right.
Somebody here knows me. I can't be, you know, roasting so and so.
Right.
Relax.
Right.
You know, do you ever feel like you were that was ever almost compromised for you?
It is. Yeah. I have seen it. I have felt like that before.
Right.
But I think there's like a fine line for everything, you know, because you don't want to be pretending to be someone you're not, but then you also don't want to get out of control.
No, and it has nothing to do with excuse me. It has nothing to do with being fake or this and that.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
This is how you feed your family.
Right.
This is how you put food on the table. You got what, 3, 4 kids or something like that?
3 kids.
You have 3 kids. Excuse me. I'm not trying to give you more kids than you have, but you have 3 kids. You know what I mean? You cannot be letting something as minuscule as some social media beef or drama, whatever. Somebody's mad at you for something, get in the way of feeding your family.
Well, and if you let it not get to you, then you're probably not prepared to run a business.
Victor, it makes me cringe. And listen, y'all can get mad, and I really don't care. It makes me cringe when I see my peers, and not just in podcasting, but just that are running businesses, and you know they're their own business, and they're trying to put their name. It makes me cringe so much when I go like on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and I see them fighting with people. Like, y'all, what are you doing?
Right?
Do you know? Like, you guys stop. Like, it just
I've seen a lot of people that want to be in the business industry, and I've seen so many people bragging about who they like, putting their names out there, but they're like, if you do that and then you posting and fighting with people and talking bad about other people,
it takes away.
Then people knows who you really are.
Exactly.
You know, for being like that.
Exactly.
So I'm not that kind of person. You've probably never seen that on my social media.
Not on your social media, no. But I've never even seen that in real life. You know, but you said it happened in real life, but I've never seen that.
I mean, I've never even. I pick my fights probably.
Bad, bro.
Some of them I just walk away from.
Victor, let me tell you something. There's so many people that have made it because they better thank God for this podcast. They better thank God for the success of this podcast, because I could be tearing bitches apart limb from limb. Do you understand me? But there's so many times where I just have to go like this. Okay.
I've been in the same shoes.
Go to bed.
Right.
You know,
hey, you know,
turn on Call of Duty.
Being a Hispanic entrepreneur,
yes,
it's very hard.
Oh,
now in these days.
Oh yeah,
because like in the service industry that I'm in, and that you talk to different type of people, different cultures, different people from different places, and you face a lot of racism out there.
Oh, okay.
One, because they see that you're the Hispanic person, they automatically in their mind expect you to be the cheapest one out there.
Oh wow! So you've dealt with that?
Yeah, I've dealt with that a lot.
Victor.
So you know, my mentors are white guys.
Sure.
But I mean, I've experienced it to where I show up to a place and they see that I'm a Hispanic, and then a white business owner shows up. And they already think, oh, this guy's probably going to be cheaper.
Right.
And if I've been to a situation where a person got so offended, the customer got so offended because I gave him a price. You know, that's just my price.
That's just what it is.
I'm putting in my overhead, everything, right?
Right.
That he was so offended that he called me a crook, and you know he just started
just going off
offending me.
Yeah.
And so
you didn't punch him in the face.
We were over the phone.
Okay. Or you would have punched him.
I wanted to.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure every business owner's faced that.
Listen, I've wanted to snatch wigs since 2020. All right.
So here I am being nice and saying, "Hey, you know, I'm sorry that you're feeling offended. That's just I'm a business owner. This is our pricing, and it's nothing. It's not that I'm trying to reap you off or anything. You go find yourself another price." And then he just kept going, "Oh, you're Mexican, blah, blah, blah." I can't remember what all he said, but he was like, you need to stop ripping people off, and so it got to a point where he started crossing the line.
Yeah.
And so I've learned to, in me, I want to hang up the phone and go knock on the door. I'm gonna be honest.
Really?
But then
So you were gonna go punch him in the face.
I wanted to.
You wanted to.
But I mean, that's exactly what you need to learn how, what to do to be able to control yourself and say, I'm walking away from this fight. I'm not gonna do it. This is, my reputation is more important than a customer that's gonna be upset about something.
Would you say that that's the hardest part in running a business? Is keeping composure?
As a Hispanic business owner,
yeah,
I think it is. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Hispanic people out there that dealt with racism in a certain way, or the fact that people see you as less,
like less than.
Yeah,
I've
because you're Hispanic, so they automatically expect you to be cheaper than everyone else.
Victor, I'm Latin and gay. I'm a double minority, and I feel like I get it just as hard. You know what I mean? Like I get.
You feel like that as well?
Oh, I get overlooked for a lot of things.
Do you care?
Do
you
I
don't
care?
Look like you care.
No, well, I try to act like I don't. There's some there. Okay, I just made a video on New Year's Eve where I talked a lot about last year, like getting fired from events, like with no. Oh, it's gonna make me upset. I'm not gonna talk about it too much, but no, like it like just last minute. Oh, we don't want you anymore, type shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And behind closed doors, I was like, wow. You know what I mean? With no rhyme or reason. You know
I've
what
been
I mean?
in the same situation. In my
But I never, I guess for me, I never accepted, okay, it was because I'm Latino or gay. But everybody else, when I talk to like my close peers with it, they're like, do you think it was because you were Latin or gay? And it makes me start thinking.
Right.
And I'm like, maybe.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And that hurts. Don't you agree?
I think it hurts at the moment, but I don't think you can't let it get to your head. Let's just think if it hits, then let it hit, but then just let it go away. Because
you just move on.
You move on. Exactly.
We still have things to do.
You got to move on because then I've been in places around people that I know they really have money and they're not out there driving fancy cars or out there like other people that are trying to act like they're rich online.
Okay.
These are rich people that I've been in the same table with. And some of them are too cocky. Some of them are humble.
Right.
And I'm sitting there on the table with them, and I can just show that I don't feel that I'm less than they are because of who I am.
And that's not fair for you.
It's not, but I'm not. I don't present myself as like, okay, well, you guys are more than me because you have more knowledge, you have more money.
Right.
In my mind, I feel the exact same way as they are.
As you should.
I don't care if you have money or not.
Right.
We have the same thoughts. You have me here for a reason in the first place, and so I don't feel less than anyone.
Yeah,
even if they want to make me feel like that.
Yeah, for sure.
And that I feel like that's very important for you to be successful in life and anything you do.
Yeah,
because if you let that get to you, you're never gonna get anywhere.
Right. You got to roll with the punches.
Right.
Yeah, and it's the hardest thing. And I'll tell you guys, and I'm sure Victor, you can agree with me as well. In entrepreneurship, in business, and you have to learn how to roll with those punches, not react.
Right.
You mentioned you want to punch homeboy in the face. There's a lot of bitches wigs I want to snatch off their heads. You know what I mean? I get things said about me on social media all the time. You know what I mean? We just got to learn how to just kind of deal with that, because at the end of the day, we're passionate about what we do. Right. You're passionate about the several businesses that you own, and this is my life right here. You know what I mean?
And I've watched a lot of podcasts, and I can tell you this is one of the best ones and the ones that I enjoy watching the most.
Oh my God, Victor, you're gonna make me cry. Stop.
and really,
thank you.
It probably wouldn't happen if you want to push through this whole time, right?
Yeah,
and believe in yourself and believe in what in your vision, what you want to do, and that's how I feel that I am too. There's a lot of negative things that go on, in the entrepreneurship world.
Right.
But if you focus on that, you're never gonna get anywhere. You got to keep pushing, and people might see a good show, but they don't really know what you've gone through, right?
Behind the scenes,
right?
Behind the scenes, and you have to have I'll tell you this real quick, because we're running out of time, and I hate that we're running out of time. But behind the scenes, there's two people that have seen me like ugly, cry, break down, hair fucked up, you know what I mean? Just pulling it out, you know, and that's Jaime Gutierrez and Mauro Maldonado.
Really?
Those are the only two people that I've ever seen just like, I don't want to quit, I can't do this anymore. Like, you know, just that's it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But to the community, it's like, hey guys, I have another episode of the public, like that. You just got to, you got to keep it pushing. And that means a lot coming for you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That meant a lot coming from you. Oh my goodness, Victor, you have all these businesses. Right? So you know, here, before we continue and whatever, I want to tell you, and I want to tell everybody watching, Victor is truly one of the most genuine people that I've ever met. You know, like
Thanks.
I said, all the times that we met in passing in the last 4 or 5 years, you've never changed, never skipped a beat. Always, no matter who was around, you always said hi to me, always shook my hand. There's people who don't want to acknowledge me in public for whatever reason. Either I slept with them or didn't. But even
you think it's because you put yourself out there as a gay person?
I think so now.
Really?
I think so now.
You think so?
I think
I don't care because I grew up with a gay friend. Really.
There you go. Yeah.
Like he was older than me.
Yeah, sure.
But like I was, you know, at that he would be the one that would drive for me.
Yeah.
And so he would take me everywhere, and I got to understand people like that. And you know,
I think that
I don't judge, but like
I never felt judged by nobody, bro. I think like that's okay because we both know Mauro, right?
Right.
I don't think he's ever had like we're best friends, and I don't think he's ever had like a friend that was maybe as close as we are, but that just happens to be gay, right? So the prime thing is like, oh, they want to sleep together, whatever. And it's like, no, I don't want to sleep with him.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I love his woman, Leslie. Like, I love it. Like, I'm not going to do that. But I think even our group of friends, you know, I think maybe it was weird for them at first.
Right.
You know, but I just let them make gay jokes and then I make gay jokes back. And then, you know, it is what it is. But there's some people to this day who are like, okay, just don't acknowledge me in public. Like, why? You want some of this or what's up? You know what I mean? Yeah.
And you probably do it on purpose, huh?
No, I mean, I'm like you though. I'm nice. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm nice. Like, just shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, let's just say hi. But, you know, I will say this. When it comes to you, Victor, as I know you personally, you know, for the most part. Thank you for coming on the podcast. I know you as a business owner. I've seen you push your businesses. You know what I mean? You do not skip a beat when it comes to the person that I know. You're very genuine. You're very nice. You got that smile. You have this welcoming aura about yourself.
Oh, thanks.
Like, I feel comfortable.
I'm glad you feel like that.
I feel that way. Maybe homeboy, you know, who you once punched in the face doesn't feel that way, but you know, I do. Listen, you know, we want to hit you up for landscaping. We want to hit you up for cleaning the houses. How do we do so?
So, I mean, you can find us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Waco Landscapes, or at brazoscleaning.com, that's the website.
Right.
Brazos Cleaning Services on social media. You can reach out that way.
Yes.
Visiting our website or...
Now, do you guys make origami with the toilet paper? Do you know if they do that or not?
I don't think we do.
No, but it's okay. Listen, I've seen your work. I think you guys do phenomenal work, both in landscaping. And, you know, we saw you landscaping one time. I'm not going to tell you, but we were at Brown House Cafe and I saw you landscaping out there one time.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I did. I didn't want to go say hi because I didn't know if we were on that level. But I just want to tell you this too, you guys. If you guys are in the market for a landscaper or somebody to clean your house, you do houses, businesses?
So we do, you know, I have a house cleaning crews. I have a janitorial cleaning crews.
Oh, okay.
Construction cleaning crews.
Yeah.
That, you know, like if you're building a new place and you need construction cleaning, we have crews that can take care of that. And then as far as landscaping, we do any kind of landscaping, construction, irrigation. So yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Listen, you guys have got to hit him up. I'm going to put all the links in the bio, so make sure you guys go check that out. Victor, what can you leave us with? I hate that we're running out of time, but you have a birthday party to go to that I'm crashing, and just so much more. What can you leave us with?
I think I would say that coming from a person that really didn't have any resources to try to, you know, be successful, to be successful in life, I think is if you have a vision in life, doesn't matter if people don't believe in it, and as long as you believe in it, just push through and just follow it and go 100% until you actually know that it failed, or that it became successful. But I mean, don't just dream about it and not follow it. Just push through until you see the final results of that.
Right.
So I think that's probably one of the advices that I would.
You
give
seem
people.
like a good person that we can like sit down. I'm sorry we can sit down with and ask. So for people who want to start a business and maybe can they reach out to you and maybe kind of get some advice from you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think you're that person to do so, Victor. That's your next calling in life. Yeah.
I never had some. I wish I had at the beginning of my life have someone to have help me out. But no one ever helped me. Everybody wanted to have their own opinion because they feel that if they share some knowledge, then I would take away from them.
Yes.
My mentor doesn't do that for me.
Right.
Now that I have that mentor, he gives me everything that I ask for as far as knowledge. So now I'm the kind of person that I'm like, okay, I didn't have that, and someone reaches out to me for something.
Right.
I'm gonna try to give you as much as I know to avoid you a lot of problems that I went through.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, absolutely. They can definitely reach out to me.
I think you guys should. Victor is very knowledgeable. Victor has got a good head on his shoulder. And while we're shouting out mentors, I want to give a shout out to my mentor, Chrissy, formerly of Power 108, but now she's on 107.9 The Bull. She helped me find my radio voice. She was always putting me forefront. I've given her a shout out more than once on this show. Chrissy has been a phenomenal mentor and somebody that I can lean on in this business. So I just want, you give a shout out to your mentors. I want to give a shout out to my mentors.
Right?
Yeah, so big shout out to her.
Shout out.
Victor, thank you for coming on the podcast,
Thanks
bro. I truly appreciate it. I hate that we ran out of time.
Looks like you're going to have me
We have to have you
point.
back.
Yeah.
I have so much more. I want to pick your brain so much right now, bro. But unfortunately, we're out of time.
Right.
Maybe there's a part 2 in the near future with Victor Duarte. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Now, if you guys want to follow Victor Duarte, you can do so on all social media platforms. Please follow his social media platforms, Waco Landscapes and Brazos Cleaning Services as well. Okay, on Instagram, Facebook, and everywhere. If you guys need those services, make sure you guys hit him up. Please know that when you do hit him up, and I'm telling you guys right now, you're going to get the utmost best in service and productivity. Okay, so make sure you guys do so. Victor, thank you. This episode went a whole different direction than I thought I was going to go to. You almost made me cry, you mother F. But now, to all of you guys, I got more.
I enjoy it.
And I hope you have a good birthday. I do.
Thanks.
I hope you have a really good
birthday. This is a good birthday already.
Hell yeah. Well, we are going to cheers to the end of the episode. Victor, thank you so much. And to all of you guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I got more of the Public Affair on the way, and we're going to give a shout out to just a few more of our sponsors. I'm not going to stumble on my words this time. I want to give a huge shout out to Pollo Box and Audio with Jeffrey Monreal, home for all your LED needs and audio accessory installation of stereos, door speakers, and audio systems. He also specializes in building custom subwoofer enclosures and so much more. Definitely a jack of all trades. Listen, he's done my tint jobs. He's done my LED lights. And if you guys hear Britney Spears basing in South Terrace, that was me. Because he gave me Sundown audio bass system. He did. I got bass in my car. I never thought I'd be a person with bass in my car, but oh my goodness, now I see why you guys have it. Jeffrey Monreal, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to my boy Sid Rodriguez at Elite Barbershop, located on Hewitt Drive. You can call the number on the screen or download the Squire app or just walk in. Walk-ins are welcome as well. They got Marcus Guerrero, Chris Reyes, Santos Cordova, David Rodriguez, Isaac Chavez, Clint Fletcher, Isai Reyes, Sam Sabayo, and Kayla Chapa, making you look as snackish as I have for more than 230 episodes of The Public Affair. I think we're at right now. Listen, Elite Barbershop has been the longest running sponsor, and I'm so appreciative of him. Sid, thank you so much for all your support. Of course, to my girl, Ana Limones with Hummingbird Party Backdrops and Decor, who just had a birthday as well. So happy birthday to you, girl. Call for all party decor, including beautiful balloon props, giving an extra flair to your party or event with a number of wooden backdrops and more as well. You guys just going to make sure that your party and event stands out amongst the rest. Call the number on the screen. Se habla español. Ana Limones, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. And of course, to my very good friend, this guy, I don't know a better guy, Julio Arriaga with JC Painting and Drywall LLC. Contact for all drywall and beautiful new paint for your property, both commercial and residential. His work is honest and true and can guarantee 100% satisfaction. He truly lives by his slogan. Just imagine, and we can make it happen. Se habla español, se habla mucho español. Muchas gracias por todo, my boy Julio Arriaga. Thank you so much. Call the number on the screen and get scheduled today. So all of you guys, thank you so much. Victor, bro, thank you so much for coming on. I love this show so much. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. And I hope you have a great birthday. And whatever you guys see Victor out there doing for his birthday, don't forget to always keep it between us.
That's right.
But now, if you were on the show, 3 years ago, Victor,
It would have been a different story.
I probably would have been drunk already. You know what I mean?
You probably got in trouble or something.
I never get like, so the network never tells me. There was only one time.
This has been a Rogue Media Network